90-Day Fiancé couple's shocking exit from America sparks relationship questions. A sudden departure from the U.S. has left fans questioning the future of this 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after couple and what it really means for their relationship. In 90-Day Fiancé, family involvement plays a big role in relationship success. Pedro Jimeno and Chantel Everett's 90-Day Fiancé relationship struggled due to family drama and lack of support. Ongoing tension between Pedro's Dominican family and Chantel's American parents fueled constant arguments. Cultural differences, trust issues, and in-law interference eventually led to their divorce, making them one of the most talked-about breakups in 90-Day Fiancé history. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh faced major obstacles in their 90-Day Fiancé, the other way journey. Sumit's Indian parents disapproved of their age gap and relationship, delaying their marriage for years. Family pressure, cultural expectations, and emotional stress tested their bond, showing how in-laws can deeply impact international relationships on reality TV. Now, a 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Season 9 couple is experiencing similar issues. While Sumit and Jenny have been able to save their marriage, Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs' relationship could end up like Chantel and Pedro's due to Brandon's parents' over-involvement. But the couple's social media reveals they are taking the necessary steps to fix their differences. Julia has been sharing pictures from her recent Asia trip with Brandon. There's no way Betty isn't on that property just staying in a different room. However, as pointed out by Grateful_D, has fans wondering where Betty Gibbs is. The Redditor shared a post captioned, "Brandon and Julia vacation in Japan without Betty." Charla Lily wrote, "Betty's probably taking the pics." Meanwhile, primary_honeydew_536 wrote, "There's no way Betty let her baby go out of the country with his wife without tagging along," what fans questioning Betty's role in Julia and Brandon's vacation means. Betty's influence and its effect on Brandon and Julia. Brandon has a very close relationship with his parents, Ron and Betty, but their involvement often borders on controlling. Before their wedding, Ron and Betty set strict rules for Brandon and Julia, including making them sleep in separate rooms and managing Julia's birth control without her consent, creating serious strain in their marriage. Brandon's dependency on his parents has made it hard for him to establish healthy boundaries with Julia. Critics have noted how his parents' control has stunted his emotional growth, making him hesitant to prioritize his wife. Their overbearing presence continues to affect the couple's dynamic, raising questions about long-term compatibility. Moreover, recent HEA episodes revealed how Betty has her own room in Brandon and Julia's house, and her pushing Julia to have kids has come across as problematic. It's likely that Julia and Brandon have taken the long trip so they could escape his parents' interference. Julia always wished to move to a big city like Las Vegas, but Brandon couldn't do so because his parents want him close. Our take on Julia and Brandon trying to distance themselves from his parents. Julia and Brandon seek space from Brandon's parents. 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after. Julia and Brandon's trip to Japan seems like an effort to distance themselves from Brandon's controlling parents. Getting away may help them build independence and set healthier boundaries. This break could be crucial for their relationship, allowing them to focus on each other without constant family interference. 90-Day Fiancé stars relocation to Thailand won't be forever. Here's how I know they'll be back in the U.S. I'm certain that David Toborowski and Annie Suwon from 90-Day Fiancé will return to the United States by early next year for a specific reason. I have been watching their relationship evolve over the last 8 years. Initially, I wasn't a fan of their relationship as I felt they weren't compatible and wouldn't last. I was surprised to see David and Annie tie the knot and build a future together. They not only proved me wrong but also made me realize that things like age gaps, cultural differences, and language barriers are insignificant when a couple is truly in love. Over the years, I have witnessed David and Annie achieve some of their most significant life goals. They successfully addressed personal issues and were able to strengthen their relationship with David's family. Eventually, they bought a home in Arizona and worked together to improve their health. In July 2024, I was pleasantly surprised when they announced that they were expecting a baby. They relocated to Thailand and welcomed their first child, Minthira, in March 2025. David and Annie started a new life in Thailand, sparking speculation that they may not return to the United States again. David and Annie are now fully settled in Thailand. David and Annie feel at home in Thailand. David and Annie have successfully established a cozy and joyful life in Thailand. At first, I worried about their future in Asia, concerned that living abroad for an extended period might trigger homesickness in David and strain their relationship. To my relief, everything turned out splendidly, with their marriage remaining strong. Over the last 6 months, I've noticed David and Annie steadily progressing towards their dream life in Thailand. They currently own a 2-bedroom residence close to the ocean in Thailand and have just finalized the sale of their 1-bedroom condominium. In 2025, David and Annie are enjoying a fantastic life in Thailand, raising their daughter in a cooler climate far from the scorching heat of Arizona. What truly makes their new life social is that Annie is now living near her parents and extended family. This closeness allows her to have a strong support system in caring for their daughter, as her relatives pitch in to help. Just recently, Annie posted a heartwarming picture of her daughter with her aunt, who took her out for a stroll while Annie had some time to cook and clean up around the house. Annie sets new goals in Thailand. Annie wants to become a farmer. I believe there are several reasons why many fans speculate that David and Annie may not return to the United States, but the most important one is Annie's shift in goals. Previously, Annie had a dream of owning her own clothing store, selling Thai dresses, and exploring business opportunities in the United States. However, she has had a change of heart and now desires a rural life in Thailand as a farmer. David has expressed his support for Annie's decision, leading to speculation that they may not be interested in returning to the United States. When will David and Annie move back to the U.S.? David and Annie may return to America in early 2026. Despite speculation that David and Annie may choose to permanently stay in Thailand, I'm confident that they will return to the United States relatively soon. Just a few months ago, David expressed immense excitement about his son, Jacob Toborowski's upcoming wedding. He shared a photo of his son and future daughter-in-law, Allison Scher. David announced that the wedding is scheduled to take place in March 2026 in Houston, Texas. From his enthusiastic post, it's clear to me that he and Annie will return to the United States before Jacob's wedding in March. They are likely to return a few weeks before the wedding to participate in the festivities. Have David and Annie given up on their American dream? David and Annie are happier and more comfortable in Thailand. I'm certain that David and Annie will visit the United States in early 2026, but I'm unsure if they will permanently settle in the U.S. or return to Thailand after Jacob's wedding. It appears that David and Annie currently have no specific plans in the United States. David continues to manage his real estate business from Thailand, suggesting he doesn't need to be in Arizona to conduct his work. On the other hand, Annie is focused on caring for their child and aspires to become a farmer in the future. I think David and Annie may have too many commitments in Thailand, which could potentially hinder their ability to establish a future in the United States. The couple appears to be quite settled in Thailand, thanks to factors such as the low cost of living, proximity to Annie's family, and cultural environment. It's likely that David and Annie will want their daughter to embrace her heritage as she grows up. The 90-day fiancé couple has already secured dual citizenship for their daughter, allowing them to relocate to the United States whenever they wish once she begins school. 90-day fiancé the other way, why Jen and Rishi are the new Jenny and Sumit. 90-day fiancé spin-off, 90-day fiancé, the other way season 4, includes a couple that is reminding fans of Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh. With a 30-year age difference between them, Jenny and Sumit joined the TLC franchise during the Other Way season 1 in 2019. The couple had been together for almost 10 years, however, Jenny realized Sumit was secretly married to another woman halfway through filming. Sumit's ex-wife still remains a mystery to fans to this day. But while Sumit's ex-wife never appeared on 90 Day Fiancé, her presence has been felt in his relationship with Jenny in many ways. Sumit's divorce took a long time and had to pay her $20,000 as a part of the divorce agreement. Sumit developed cold feet when it came to getting married again to Jenny, fearing it would fail as his first marriage did. Sumit's mother had seen his ex-wife as a daughter, and Jenny could never come close since she was older and American. After Sumit began his relationship with Jenny, he was accused of adultery by his ex-wife's family and was facing legal troubles. However, they later withdrew their claims, and the judge dropped the charges. How 90 Day Fiancé star Sumit's ex-wife caused him visa troubles since Sumit's ex-brother-in-law took his passport and said he would only get it back once he divorced his ex-wife. Sumit faced problems with obtaining a visa. Once Sumit is in the US, TLC will have a replacement for him in India. The 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 4 promos have introduced Rishi Singh Docker from Jaipur, who's been dating American woman Jen. Apart from Jen and Rishi having similar background stories, Rishi is the second Indian cast member to join the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. What is 90 Day Fiancé couple Rishi and Jen's storyline? According to Jen and Rishi's bio shared by People, Rishi's life is as tragic as Sumit's. Sumit and Jenny weren't engaged when they debuted on 90 Day Fiancé, but Rishi and Jen are. However, Rishi's parents are also trying to find him a wife without knowing how important Jen is to him. Rishi's family doesn't know Jen exists, as they plan for his arranged marriage, the article says. 90 Day Fiancé star Sumit met his ex-wife through an arranged marriage. Is Rishi really the new version of 90 Day Fiancé star Sumit? Jen and Rishi's love story, which began when they met in a hotel lobby, is somewhat similar to Jenny and Sumit's 90 Day Fiancé storyline. Sumit was already a married man when fans met him, but Rishi could learn from Sumit and not make the same mistakes he did by giving in to the pressures from his family. He could put his foot down and not marry a woman his parents chose for him and just introduce them to Jen. However, unlike Sumit, Rishi also looks like he is a player in the 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way trailer, as a woman tells Jen that Rishi sent her a shirtless picture of himself when she reached out to him. 90 Day Fiancé's TJ Goswami reveals jaw-dropping response to demonic Kimberly Rochelle's allegations after heartbreaking update. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way star Tejaswi TJ Goswami finally responded to Kimberly Rochelle's accusations that he was allegedly abusive towards her before and after they got married. A resident of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Kimberly is a clairvoyant whose spirit guides led her to TJ even before he sent her a friend request on social media. Kimberly moved to India in The Other Way Season 5 to marry the Jaipur-based man but continuously insulted his family and disrespected his culture. She expected to be treated like a princess who followed her own rules while living in a joint family. When things didn't go her way, Kimberly left for the US indefinitely but returned briefly to India in September 2024, when the couple seemingly split for good. Now things are getting even more contentious between the two. TJ is now replying to comments Kimberly made in a recent Instagram Live, where she claimed he allegedly punched her in the eyeball and that he beat his head against the wall and allegedly grabbed knives from the kitchen during arguments. TJ told her fan in his comments, "I didn't punch her. I am 6 feet 3 inches guy with 205 pounds, sick, weight. Does it really seem easy to understand I could hit her on eyeballs?" TJ called it a total lie. He claimed he doesn't want to give answers because Kimberly craves attention, subscribers, and the need to be relevant. TJ is frustrated because he never said anything bad about Kimberly. He added that Kimberly needs help with her anger issues. TJ asked why she was suddenly making these accusations after 5 months. He wants God to teach Kimberly a lesson and asked how she could be so demonic when he helped her financially and emotionally. However, Kimberly supposedly told him that he was weak, earned less than his dad, and was someone who couldn't afford a wife. "Ma'am, I assure you if things go bad, I still believe on my karma," he added in conclusion. What TJ's response to Kimberly's claims means for marriage. Is TJ and Kimberly's marriage over for good? TJ and Kimberly didn't have a promising start to their reality TV journey. Kimberly never made any effort to assimilate into his culture. She got into fights with his brother and gave cold vibes to his elderly parents. Kimberly was called a brat by Jenny Slatten, who, like Kimberly, moved to the US and struggled until she could make her husband's family love her. Unlike Jenny, Kimberly wished for TJ to choose her over his family. She never learned how to cook and clean, and didn't try to learn Hindi if she wanted to spend her lifetime in Jaipur. TJ had even taken a loan to build a dream home for Kimberly. However, it was not up to her standards and was right above his own house. However, TJ shocked everyone when he went to the US after the show ended to live with her. TJ is now talking about wanting to live in America, and perhaps he always wished to move to the country with Kimberly, but things didn't work out between them. TJ and Kimberly both seem to be hiding something more sinister from viewers yet want sympathy from them in this situation. Our take on TJ claiming Kimberly wants to ruin his life. Did TJ always want to live in the US? Kimberly wants a divorce from TJ, which means that her relationship with India will be over for good. Kimberly and TJ may have already ruined their chances of appearing in any more shows after 90 Day Fiancé, the other way after revealing their split and discussing these shocking allegations. Still, TJ and Kimberly got back together in the past when they had definitely split up. It remains to be seen if they will bury the hatchet once again and try to save their marriage for a future in the States with each other. 90 Day Fiancé's Sumit Singh fuels relationship trouble with Jenny Slatten after cryptic scarcity remark and begging to return to franchise. Sumit Singh from 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Has posted cheerful pictures with Jenny Slatten, but his cryptic message tells a different story about their relationship. Jenny and Sumit met a decade ago through Facebook. Initially, Sumit was married to an Indian woman and tried to catfish Jenny online. However, despite all the lies being exposed, the couple persevered and continued their relationship. Despite facing criticism from Sumit's parents, the couple tied the knot and settled in India. Although Sumit and Jenny's storyline has concluded on the show, they have been pleading with the network to cast them again. Sumit and Jenny have been given the opportunity to be featured in 90 Day Diaries Season 6, but their relationship seems to be facing more challenges. The couple recently posted photos from their outing, with Sumit subtly suggesting that he feels a growing distance from Jenny. They posted several cheerful pictures of themselves in their casual outfits, enjoying horseback riding. However, Sumit cryptically expressed concerns about their relationship in the caption, trying to have some good time in scarcity. His words implied that he doesn't have many good times with Jenny, but he then added, "True love always wins. So lucky to have you in my life." What Sumit's scarcity comment means for his relationship with Jenny. Sumit appears to yearn for happier times with Jenny. Although the beginning of Sumit and Jenny's love story was questionable, over the past 5 years, they have emerged as one of the strongest couples in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Sumit defied his parents' wishes and married Jenny, despite the significant 30-year age gap. They have shown unconditional love towards each other but still have disagreements about their future plans. Sumit expressed his desire to become a father, while Jenny didn't wish to have more children. Despite currently living together in India, cracks are starting to appear in their relationship. Sumit's emphasis on scarcity suggests that he probably wants to have more fun in his relationship. He seems to be longing for better days. Sumit may have some regret in his heart for marrying someone older than him. It makes sense for him to want all the experiences in life, such as welcoming a child and being a father. However, Sumit knows that he may never be able to achieve many of his dreams. Thankfully, he's staying positive and believes that true love always wins, which is just the right mindset that'll help him make his marriage with Jenny work. Our take on Sumit bringing up scarcity with his happy pictures. Sumit and Jenny want to deepen their connection by making fresh memories. It isn't surprising that Sumit and Jenny may be facing relationship challenges. In addition to cultural differences, they also have a significant 30-year age gap, which can often lead to issues. Sumit is in his 30s, while Jenny is in her mid-60s. Both of them have had to make sacrifices to sustain their relationship. They likely enjoyed this outing to strengthen their bond and create new romantic memories. By making changes in their lives, the 90-day fiancé, happily ever after? Couple has tried to avoid the drama that might arise from long-standing family issues. 90-day fiancé Sumit Singh's words make fans cry? 90-day fiancé star Sumit Singh is making some fans emotional following his latest post. He has been documenting his life with Jenny Slatten for years. Many of his posts today are about their outdoor activities, especially at shopping malls and restaurants. What caught the attention of many was Sumit's latest IG post about his wife. So, what did he say? 90-day fiancé, Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatten's journey. Jenny and Sumit had one of the most complicated journeys in the franchise. The 90-day fiancé stars were criticized for their 30-year age gap. Sumit's family didn't want them to marry. However, the two fought against all odds. After their marriage, Jenny eventually won the hearts of Sumit's parents. She has also been uploading clips and pictures from their bonding time, and many are glad that their marriage was finally accepted. Sumit's words make fans cry? In an Instagram post, Sumit shared a heartwarming message for his wife, Jenny. According to the 90-day fiancé star, he hasn't found anyone like Jenny, adding that